Hey you guys, what is up? It's your boy Dwayne. I'm just currently very hyped about something that we really need to talk about, aka it's a podcast joined by Karu, Linkus, and one of my friends, James Raid. I don't want to say that these other people aren't my friends, but Linkus just tried to snipe me, and it didn't work. He got cooked.
And then I'm just here.
He's just here, man. So, guys, welcome, man. Welcome. So, we had this, planned for a little bit. I had read the patch notes. I got very hyped, but there was some very big controversy dropping with the new chapter 10, where people said, oh my god, they messed up Warriors so hella bad. But we'll get into that in a little bit. So, I want to start with Jane, man. What do you think so far? What is your initial reaction?
Oh, okay. So I'm the first blood. Okay. So initially, I feel bad for the Warriors because I just invested some of my savings because I'm free to play to Hilda. Hilda. Yeah. So I'm maining Hilda for. My second main that is. I feel bad for the Warriors because they didn't have some kind of amp for their gears for the new patch. I don't know if the new gears will have some kind of ramp for her or the other warriors because I think the gears are best for wizard, priest, and tanks. In my opinion, that is. Yeah, so that's my opinion on that. And also, I'm just hyped for the new raids because it's gonna be all brains, not just all wallets.
Yep, the fact that you have to really think about where to put which characters, we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, I'm very, very hype about that as well. So Linkus, what is your initial reaction?
So I like that it's not something like trial, so I can farm it, right? As you said, it's not wallet, it's raids.
Yes.
I'm hyped for it. I'm not sure how the unique options will work later, so I'm not sure if I can be hyped about it or not. So if they can stack,
yep.
But I like that.
I'm just gonna butt in real quick. I can guarantee to you that they do not stack.
How so?
If they do, they're actually breaking the game.
We're getting everybody on 10% attack.
Okay, yeah, okay, that was something like 300 attack, but anyways, I like that we get more options, so the game becomes more, not something like competitive, but we get something later on what is going to be competitive in this year. So with this gear you can get a lot of different variations of things, so I really like it.
Yep, same.
But one thing is that it's going to be a little bit too much of farming.
I think at the end of the day, especially for the newer players, it might be a little bit overwhelming because there's way too many options. But I don't know about you guys.
I have my own opinion on that. I can add in a moment.
All right, elaborate, my friend.
So I do agree that initially looking at it, it's going to be overwhelming, but that's the same way that we're doing with this patch note looking. It's always overlooking when we're just scrolling down and all of a sudden we see 3 whole different spreadsheets of different perks that we can get with these new gear sets.
Yep.
However, the other side you have to think about is once you look at it a little deeper, these additional skill effects are guaranteed on each piece of gear randomly. And if you're on stage 5 or 6 of this coming dungeon, it's guaranteed. So therefore, once you understand things and you can find a group that you can use to beat these pretty easily, getting the actual stats or the additional skills or whatever that you're looking for isn't going to be too far-fetched. It'll be more focused on boosting those up with their new enhancing system.
True.
So basically, in the short term, I think it'll be overwhelming and it'll be really challenging. However, in the late system, it will definitely balance out and become a lot more fair for everyone.
Oh my god, I just remember something about that. Okay, you just continue.
Oh, we got some hidden content. Jen is already just brooding. Oh, but
sorry.
All right, I'm just go over quick thing on the Techno Magic Kingdom chapter. So it's just basic entering, clearing chapter 9-23. located at Primeval Lands, whatever. I don't know much about that. One thing that I found interesting is that we're getting more earning rewards. You get two TP5s, which is really good. You get a unique weapon, unique treasure, and something I'm wondering about. I'm not sure if they talked about this, but will they add more mission systems? So normally when you go to the mission tab, then you have your guideline. Will they add another chapter 10? Because we knew how broken these things were.
I am pretty sure yes, because I already saw in the patch notes that there is a confirmation that there will be a new either daily or weekly mission for this upcoming dungeon.
Ooh, okay,
So
okay.
because if you scroll to the Valance one, closer towards the bottom, there's a required material 10 out of 40 to change them from the base gears to the reclaimed, yeah. Because of the fact that that's how you tear them up.
It's going to be on. Yeah, it's going to be on the weekly mission. But I also think that we got something for Techno Magic and for Chapter 9.
That would be awesome then.
That would be awesome. Okay.
More rubies for me. For us.
Yes! As long as we get freebies, I'm a happy guy. That's okay.
More rubies for have to play then.
Yep. So another thing that they decided to add is just one big tab where you can access every single content within the game. So Tower of Challenge, Temple of God, Shockman, everything. Just one single page, one thing. Yeah. I genuinely like that. I don't see where they could ever go wrong with this. The only thing that like you're making maybe too many shortcuts where you only see 3 windows in the game constantly. Like I cannot bring that up to a downside, right?
Well, I see that understandable, but at the same time, look at the fact of like we have no reason to go to the chapter 3 area anymore.
True.
And all we were really doing at the moment that's any different is scrolling across the world map, bouncing around wherever we are. It's kind of just a better quality of life change at this point. If they were trying to make it so that we actually needed to move places more, we were going to already need something that would have made us have to travel more anyway.
Yep, definitely.
This is a mobile game, not an MMORPG.
All right, and just to make a side note to the chat, if you guys have any questions for any of us, make sure to just drop it in the chat if we do have the time, and if it does suit the current taste, we might actually answer it. So let's try to get this as interactive as possible. Let's see if there's anything else that we really need to talk about. Okay, so we got more portals, chapters, component indexes, blah 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 blah. Chapter 910 will be displayed on a maximum of 6 heroes, which was an earlier question that one of my viewers actually asked, like, oh, are we gonna actually keep the same 6 heroes? I like this, actually.
I think it's almost necessary at this point. They did the same thing with Chapter 9. They allowed for more diversity with team comms and for a more interesting battle system since they could afford to put more enemies and more different lineups. If they revert back to 4, I feel like they would have just kind of done more of Chapter 8 at that point.
Yep, and at the end of the day, another thing that I want to address, the moment you have more characters that you need, you can then add more gameplay. Let's say if you had trials, for instance, and instead of the 4 characters that we needed, you could have 6, then you can add more gameplay. It will be harder though, but still good.
Yeah. When we talk about the raid system of the new patch, it's gonna be fire. Like, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the new raids because it's gonna bring out your max potential of teams that you have been building. Not only your mains, but different kinds of combinations, not only to the metas, like it's always fancy, it's always lean, always like chase. Anything that is metas are gonna like, you're gonna change it. You're not gonna be like staying to one character always. So that's what I'm excited about because I'm my main team is all tank, so I'm very scuffed. I'm going to transcend 5 all of my characters right now. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Trash. Alright. So another thing that they will add is the Techno Magic Amplification items, which is just purely made for the Chapter 10. Do you guys think it is absolutely necessary to get this gear or not?
I do not. However, you also have to keep in mind that is a very slight buff. It's damage dealt to enemies by 2% multiplied in the Techno Magic Kingdom. This could mean two things. One, it also works in the raids.
Yep.
Which means that actually has a pretty good use, especially while you're trying to farm for Techno Magic gear.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it's a better way to make something more useful for specified content, rather than making something like they did back in Chapter 8 with the debuff accuracy in the crit damage sets.
That was.
Does that
Which,
question
in a
apply
way,
to
kind of.
Dragon Armor?
Yep.
Because if we're talking about Dragon Armor, then yes, it's better than Dragon Armor.
Yep, but definitely
I don't
not the
think it's better
Manticore
than
set.
Manticore. I don't listen to the trolls in the general chat. I don't listen to people on Reddit because sometimes they just blow everything out of proportion. We don't know, but I do think it is by stat wise it's better than Dragon.
Yep,
It
definitely.
will be better than Dragon, but it won't be better than Manti. Don't leave your guilds. Your guilds you still need to do your guilds. That's what I'm trying to emphasize because a lot of people are just dramatic. They're like, well, what's the point of playing the game if they're just gonna they're gonna do away with Manticore gear? And I keep telling them in the chat that they're not doing away with Manticore gear.
And
They're
at the
just
end of
trying
the
to
day,
up the gear system, yeah, it's gonna be necessary for use it in Chapter 10. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna beat out Manticore gear.
definitely.
Yeah,
Warriors,
That's all I'm
especially
saying.
at this moment, might still favor Manticore gear and things like World Boss.
100%, because at the end of the
Because
day, it's very
if you can
simple. There's
defeat,
still
like, the
damage
mobs
dealt onto
easily
you.
with your Manticore gears, then you're gonna have easy life when dealing with the boss of Chapter 10 because Manticore gears give a lot of damage to bosses. So yeah, it depends all really upon the build, the team, and of course the gear.
Hmm.
It's all about
But I mean,
that.
But let's just
Even-
park this
even
for a
if,
second, guys. Just hear me
Manticore-
out on this one, because we're going to get into this even further, because this is not the only gear that we're going to talk about. So let's just park this Manticore
Alright.
question for a little bit until we get to the last part of the gear. Let's see if we have something else that we need to talk about. This is the bosses kinds. Okay. Raid entries. Okay, before we actually go to the gear, let's talk about the raids itself first. So we got 3 new raids.
Oh, the spicy stuff.
Yep.
I like it. Okay,
We
going
got-
to my cheat sheet.
Yep. So we got Galogria, we got Siegfried, we got Asalon.
I'm not the only one that's scuffed anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, no.
I actually just noticed something.
which is
We get Galgoria raid after being 10-9, which is as soon as we unlock the Valance stuff as well.
okay.
So it's actually quite early into the chapter.
Well, I know that I'll be getting that straight A from the first day.
Reactions then.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I'm
Really
gonna
good
drop
reaction.
straight away, right? Is party play actually gonna become a thing again?
I think it's going to
I
be
hope.
extremely prevalent,
Yeah.
especially in Galgoria,
I
where
hope so.
you need multiple DPSs. So especially people who don't have 2 A2s already or something like that,
Rip me.
it's going to be extremely prevalent for them.
Thank God I got 820s in raw.
Yes, Jane. Ah.
Everybody already starts looking to the next to their persons like, you better give me that gear, bruh. We better raid 24/7. Shut up. I can already see that happening, man.
So,
And one of the reasons that I
Which,
believe that makes it so that party play is definitely gonna become a thing in Chapter 10 is because the limitations. Because it definitely says
Yeah.
stage 6, 1 hero per class may be selected. Now, I'm not sure about you guys' roster, but I used to be very specific on one thing. I'm kind of diverse nowadays. But I believe that this single stat makes it so that party play is highly recommended.
Yep.
Do you think they will give you more armor or more equipment if you do party play?
Well, they
It's also-
did in Dark Legion, right? That's something I heard.
Regardless, what you have to notice is right above it, it says starting from stage 5, you can attain reclaim stuff.
Yeah, they're
What I
reclaimed.
kind of picture this as is 1 and 2, you only have a chance of getting it. 3 and 4, you have a 100% chance and a chance of getting the reclaimed. It says that a little bit later. And then 5 and 6, you always get a reclaimed A base and then an extra gear of random.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, it's still random. But that's reclaimed.
But it's reclaimed, yes, that's true.
Yeah, it's the reclaim, but I'm still not
It's still
reclaimed.
free reclaimed.
Yeah, about that whole reclaim stuff, I genuinely think that we have to see it really in game to see what the drop rates are, how much of an influence is gonna be. Because I just read something small that instead of 2 lines, you will get 3 additional line stats. Can somebody just verify that?
Yep.
That makes reclaimed really, really, really ridiculous.
Wait. So that is the gear question, right? How many do you get? So yeah, you'll get from reclaim. You have like 3.
You have the 2 additional options, which is the same as you have normally, but then you
Yep.
get the additional skill, which is something that is what makes this gear so much more special.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, that
Okay,
one.
that's
Which
interesting.
I just also want to. I have something else to get to on that a little bit later as well.
Okay, we'll get to that
Yeah,
when we
base
really
stats.
get to the gearing part.
the
But
base
let's
stats
look
are
at the
first.
bosses for a second
Yeah.
in itself. So we got Galgoria and 3-headed dragon, supposed to be very susceptible to heal rate reduction. Now that is interesting
Yep.
because there are a few characters that definitely come to
That's
mind.
pretty good.
Maura is not dead. Yes.
Yup, so Maura finally found her way back into the game, guys.
Getting a new costume.
Oh, true. She's getting a beach costume.
Yup.
And
pretty nice.
Mora is really low investment. You can use her. Very low investment.
Yep, at the end of the day, there's still Bernheim.
Oops.
Yeah,
Like
and
Burnham
if you
can get
have-
up to 100% heal rate reduction quite fast, so that is something really good.
So for Galgoria Raid, what's your initial thoughts about these mechanics that we've seen?
Ooh, like which
I
skills?
think they're all
Is there
good. I
any
just think it's
skill
really fun.
disclosure already on that?
Yeah, it's just that. Fun.
I mean,
How about your raid? Fun.
I mean, having, Miriam on an assassin line that says I can reduce more cooldown, it's going to be more of a nuisance. I don't know if I'm going to see it in PvP. 'Cause all I saw was an assassin line that says, oh, reduce cooldown. And then if I kill you, you get more cooldown. So
Ooh,
I'm scared.
Yup.
I'm happy at the same time.
yup. But that is still the gear, guys. Like,
It's like, I don't regret building Kibby, but it's like, should I really have built Miriam? Like, these
Nah,
are gear
man.
sets that make me think about the game. Like, it's actually making me think about other heroes, not just the heroes I like.
yep.
I
Okay.
have a
Let's park that remark actually because I think there's still a whole part of balancing gonna happen with this new outfits, with the new changes. Let's park that thing for a little second. Keep it at the bosses, but I'm definitely gonna write this one down because I think it's very interesting that somebody like Miriam, that I believe is trash everywhere, might actually be very good with the new gear.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that
That's
what
what I
this gear is
said.
actually doing is it's appealing to everyone who's saying that the power creeping of new heroes is getting ridiculous. Since this gear is largely helping characters that are getting power creeped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's
And
helping the older characters a lot.
Yeah, true.
In many cases.
Maybe we can see some old characters just step up.
Come to light, yeah.
I wonder if which ones could flourish, man. That would be very
Don't join
interesting.
the darkness.
So yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think we need to park these bosses and see how they play out at the end of the day. I don't want to be starting to theory craft on like half pages of skills what they're gonna do. All that I know is the bosses, they look good. I like actually fighting Siegfried. I was hoping a little bit he was gonna become a playable hero, but that's not gonna happen.
He might. Yep.
Me too.
There's a
Yeah,
chance.
'cause that's true because we got Ezekiel's daddy coming to us, and I was looking at how many heroes we have. I
Yep.
think he will be an assassin because we only got 15 assassins.
Yep.
So far, we have 16 warriors and we have 15 priests, and I think we have 15 mechanics. So I'm hoping Lucia will be like the PvP, assassin.
Make him archer. We have plus archers.
Yep.
Don't
that's
care
true.
about his sword in his head or something like this.
Yep. He can throw swords and then he becomes an archer straight away. Yep.
I had a short-lived theory that Siegfried was actually Arch revived, but that died quick.
That died really. Hey, it's the same thing with the Hilda X chase boat, man. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think we can just
Angel
like.
Racing is going to be interesting story-wise, considering what his
True.
backstory is about hating the goddess Lua.
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah.
Nice. Either way, let's
Okay.
just go
Are we
to
done with
what I
category?
think is the
Category, yeah.
most interesting part, and that is just the gear. So we just talked about, okay, you get 2 additional stats from the normal gears, and then you can get an additional skill plus a set effect. So we have 3 types of gear. We got Hope, we got, what the hell was the other ones?
Reclaim Techno Magic here.
Yeah, we got Perseverance, Hope, and Authority.
Oh, the okay.
And from that point, you can get yourself different set effects depending on which class you are playing. So let's go over something straight away. Which class has the most broken one?
Priest.
Priest, bro.
Yep.
Priest.
But here's the thing. Somebody said, like,
100%
That
priest.
page, if you have Foam and Frey invested, like you will be needed in every party play. Like if you have Foam and
even
Frey,
Evan.
like
Even
even Evan. I mean anybody. The fact that Priest is already doing enough, even without Val, you know, being a thing. I know Val does his thing, but even Val was like, "Yeah, I need to take a break because I already know what's gonna come."
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the heal
Like,
rate
he's
and
bored.
shield benefits Evan and Fallen Prey
He's
immensely.
bored. He's bored with the game because they're making Priest way too easier to play. Now he has all these
Yeah.
team of Priests, and
yep.
now he's like, "Well, there's no point in me playing."
Yeah, we're
Like,
seeing
literally,
Resi also.
The one that
Resi
helps the
will be-
buffers, the one that helps the healers, and the one that helps the shielders. That
Yeah.
literally covers every single
Literally
different
covers
section
everything you
of
need
the
to get
priest.
done, so you
So-
can do party.
Like I think even like Refi would come back here because, bro, he's a heal an entire
The rat.
team with an HP percentage and with an additional flat damage field. So I think Refi would be also good here. That's like, bro, that's 10% increase.
Yep.
25 increase, bro. So
I think
how much?
Ravi with Siegfried armor would be great.
I'm just saying, Siegfried in
Yeah.
general with every priest would be dummy. Especially
Yep.
with Refi, he would never lose mana. He would never lose.
The buffers would struggle a little bit with it, but then again, there's Assalon's gear.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. How
And-
about the wizard? The wizard with continuous damage. Hello
Okay,
there.
that scares me a
Hello there,
bit.
Lorraine.
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
man.
the continuous damage and I was like, oh great, Lorraine's coming back again.
Yep.
Well,
She's
I
already
put
here,
mine
man.
in here, so it's like, okay, thank you. So if I kill you, I get to reset my S3.
Yep.
And then you look at the authority gear and think of Ophelia.
Yeah.
Oh my god, not again, Ophelia.
S2, S3, S2, S3, S3, S3. Yep.
You could literally just spam S3 with it. You're getting mana
Right.
recovery to do it, and you're getting an attack buff on top of the fact that you can always crit it and use the crit damage buff.
Hmm.
I'm also thinking about Eclipse for archers because the crit damage for range heroes multiplies by.
Mhm.
Yep.
Do you saw the Escalon archer thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
because,
so it says increases own attack by 25% at the beginning of each battle and multiplies by 2 times for 20 seconds. That is
Yeah, so-
nasty.
That's the Eclipse one.
So
Or,
Celine's
or
kinda
challenge
ready.
rate.
Mhm.
Celine challenge rate, you could just clear it all in like 5 seconds.
True.
And
Yep.
then the Siegfried armor is good for people who runs the Fear tank in Sky.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many buffs here that we can talk about. Like, it's gonna be endless because if we're gonna like make a tier list for each knight, warrior, assassin, it's gonna be endless. But let's just focus on those who are like on the top list right now, like from
Yup.
Rain, Fallen Prey, blah blah blah. And let's see who benefits the best. Like, yeah, Priest is like Fallen Prey, Eva, Refi, and some
I
even
think
Prey.
Nick benefits from this too, which scares me. I don't want to run into.
I think literally it's just priests and wizards who benefit from this the most.
Yeah.
But then
Well,
again, I'm also
I'm
noticing
go-
more just range increase getting applied as a gimmick, so that also might be a double-edged sword.
But here's something that I want to drop straight away, guys. Like warriors, there has been massive posts on Plug. A lot of angry people being like, warriors need a buff. So what is you guys' thought about that
Go
one?
again.
I think
Okay.
Galgoria and Aslan gear are actually kind of fine. They aren't
Yeah.
necessarily great in any way, but the defense increase itself is actually a lot better than people realize because of the fact that one of the biggest weaknesses of warriors is how flimsy they get.
Yep.
Plus, with how
Oh.
much people don't realize of what a T5 reclaimed piece of gear is going to be, I'm going to get onto that a little bit later.
Yep.
That defense buff is actually going to probably raise them to like 75k defense at least.
Yep. And mind
That
you,
makes
there's
sense.
still Bernheim. Put that stuff on Bernie. I swear to God, he has his own unique weapon that will then enhance his stuff, his base defense even higher. So he will be more unkillable than he was before. That stuff is nasty.
Yeah, so when you think about PvP, the warriors the things are great for PvP. I mean, we have the Ascalon, I think, increase HP 30%. That's great.
That's the one I got. Yeah.
The Ascalon here is actually pretty good.
I think people complain about they cannot hold on in score content.
Yeah, true.
I think
Why?
what
Why
the
not?
real weakness here is the Siegfried armor. That is actual garbage.
Yep, that one
Well, I
does
think
nothing.
that Warrior is going to be for the scoring content. That's what they were trying to do, because I think if you look at the scaling on that and it says over 50 seconds, so I assumed immediately, world boss, anything that has to go for throughout the game for a while. So clips,
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
And
we
again, this
tried
is at 200 seconds. Look at the assassin, 100 seconds, but 25% damage dealt to enemies and attack. That's much better for scoring content.
It is, but 100 seconds, man, that runs out quite fast.
Am I seeing this right? Increases defense penetration by 250 and damage that ignores defense by 12%. By killing an enemy, additionally increases defense penetration by 250. See, this is why. This is what we needed. 'Cause I hate wizards. This is what we needed, actually. So not
There's a lot of
only
stuff here that's
do I
actually
get
really
shit for
good
mirroring
and fun.
in, I get shit for flood. So when these damn wizards try to shit on me, I go, okay, I'm gonna do my flood.
Yep.
Now, what you gonna do now?
There you go. Surprise! Surprise!
So here's actually what I want to propose as a question.
Mm-hmm.
I want us to name what, in our opinion, what the 3 worst gear sets are. Not per class, but actual gear set. Like, for me, the worst would be Siegfried Hope for Warrior.
I would say
Yeah,
mechanics,
definitely.
Secret Hope. I think that's bad for mechanics. I don't like it because they already do enough. They already do what they're doing already. They're trying to burst you. They're not trying to gain mana. They're not just trying to sit there and gain mana and recover mana. What their point is, I'm gonna get in the game. I'm gonna burst you, and we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna make sure we're gonna make it harder for you to kill us. We're just gonna sit there, and we're gonna make it look like I wouldn't even see I couldn't even see somebody like Panzer on a Crow using that. Like, what? Why was
And
that?
not
why
even
is
on
that
your
even a
supports,
thing?
right? It makes no sense.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll
It
go for
doesn't.
Secret Hope too.
Like at the end of the day, like the Siegfried Hope on mechanic,
Just saying.
like the Siegfried Hope on mechanic, it would make sense on an Audi.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Like, I saw that and I thought,
Like it basically
Audi already-
amplifies
Audi
what Audi already does, right? And
Yeah,
that
like
is just give a little bit of mana or give like a ton of mana with his S3, but with another extra cooldown reduction that might sound a little bit smart, but 0.5 seconds every 10 seconds, like in a full world boss fight, like how many skills can you get extra? Probably one more. I don't know, man. Like it
What
does.
pocket watch? Add in some pocket watch every 10 seconds, so you will have like, if that Sears Star pocket watch is 1 second plus an additional 1.5, a 2-star pocket watch is like 1.3, right? I
Okay.
don't know, but yeah, it could change. It could change literally the game set.
Honestly,
For-
like if they would change that one to priest on something, that would be nasty on Rahartna.
Oh my god.
Yo, you can be
Oh,
popping
yeah.
S3s
Yeah.
like a fuck ton, man. That is ridiculous. But they're probably not gonna do that. But it seems very interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
And
Imagine
we
that.
also need to get into the additional effects before we start talking about how some characters are more effective.
True.
We have
Let's just go the information with what we have instead of going for what they should have been doing. Because at the end of the day, there's gonna be trash somewhere. Right, I still believe that the perseverance for warriors is going to be nasty, because at the end of the day, base HP, base defense, and everything will go up. That's something that I've verified, which is going to be super nasty for those
It's kind of
characters.
something you need to verify. You can see the effects through these screenshots.
Yep, definitely. There's a Valent screenshot, which maybe I can get that one straight away.
I
So.
actually can go ahead and start talking about this a little bit if you want, because this is something I wanted to speak about.
All right, let's just get into that as well. So basically with the enhancing gear, this is I cannot verify whether this is already the upgraded version of it, but
It's
it is a
not.
ring
It's
and
not,
it
it's
has
going to. That's just the base form.
yeah. So basically, no matter how we look at it, like it has a 1.3 million base. Now, if I compare this to what we have currently, and that is
1.08.
let's just get a 5-star hero suppression ring. That is 1 million, guys. Almost 1.1. Let's not get it twisted. But if you would upgrade this thing, I believe you can hit near, if I had to make an assumption, 1.7. Would
It
that be?
actually is in a different screenshot. If you go to Valance's page in the
Oh.
Techno Magic Restoration, it
Yep.
shows going from the base gear is 1.63,
Yeah.
and then when you restore it, it becomes 1.71.
Yeah, but doesn't it
Which
then
then,
becomes
on
a
top of that,
0
you can
star?
enhance that more.
But doesn't it then become a 0 star, which you can upgrade?
Hmm.
Because if that is the case, we're gonna see mad numbers.
True.
There's another graph that you can see, I think, in Valance's as well, of, let me find it. But basically, the Reclaimed is also able to get up to a 5-star.
If that is
Okay.
possible, guys,
Can
we're
you
gonna
see
see
how much
double.
percentage or goes up?
Like,
I do not know. They haven't shown us any numbers from there. I'm guessing about 2 million, though.
but if that is actually true, guys, then the warrior plus attack plus the defense is gonna be mad broken. I'm gonna
I
tell you
actually
guys straight
think
A.
it's pretty good because of that.
Because
Yeah.
another thing that people forget is one perk for PvP, and that is the offensive guard, which says attack rises of half of P defense and physical damage received will be reduced, right? Now, this is already good on, let's say, my chase for PvP. That is broken because it is one of the things that I use practically on every other character. But then if you go to Priscilla, which is very nasty if you have her on high P defense, right?
Yeah.
That will gain her more attack on the other hand as well. Both of them will rise, so I believe that Priscilla is going to benefit the most of this, which then means into scoring content, this type of gear is going to be nasty.
Yeah. Which,
Yeah.
I actually have something else to extend off of this. If you look in the stream chat, I just posted the picture of the required materials to upgrade each of these gear. There's no fail chance or anything, which makes that good.
Oh.
But it requires gear upgrade stones instead, which you get from all I've seen so far, only grinding other TM gears.
This one, yep.
And you need a
How much gold do I need for one gear?
For
Jane,
one
give me your
gear
wallet.
from 0-star to 5-star reclaimed, 6 million. Like
Hey.
77.5 million, I believe, to go from 0 to top.
Either way, this is one big money scene.
And
So
by
one
extension,
thing that
also
I think they should add,
775 stones.
but one thing, if I see these numbers in terms of gold, that kind of worries me, man, because a lot of people keep asking me, like,
so,
where can you get gold?
but maybe they're increasing stockade and we get more gold from the race.
Could be,
You never know.
could definitely
Well,
be,
there's
but I'm
also
not quite
one
sure if
other
they're
thing
gonna
you
do
gotta
that
keep in
straight
mind.
away.
You can start from reclaimed once you get to a high enough stage, which completely shuts off all of that left side,
True.
meaning you would only need about half the materials to get all the way up.
Alright.
Yo, I'm gonna drop
Technically,
this
it's
straight
more
away. This is
ideal
from
to go
the
for that
chat,
since You
guys.
wouldn't have to rely on G for the base stat, for the additional stat.
Yep.
But if we see it like that, do you think that there will be more if there comes like getting some tickets, option tickets? So I believe there will be more option tickets for normal Techno Magic than for reclaimed ones.
oh,
I'm
like
100% guaranteed
nice,
that there's
nice.
going to be more for that, but you also have to keep in mind there's going to be whale packages that give reclaimed gear.
Do
Yeah.
you think that's a become reclaimed? Okay.
it's gonna be for money purposes too.
There's going to
That
be good
is
whale
gonna be
packages
nasty.
for this that'll make the initial farming a lot easier.
Yeah.
But on the topic of whale packages, I do think that they're going to be a lot more tame compared to like the soul weapon ones.
Let's
Since
hope so.
this is something that you can easily farm for, compared to soul weapon, which is taking it 6 months to get where people got in 2 weeks with paying money.
Man, we're talking about Vespa. I'm sorry. Until they prove me wrong, I'm just gonna assume they're gonna give these like packages well done. Until they prove me wrong, which they never do. You know.
It's like it's like this. Like Jane, you got a kid, right? You know how much they sell on eBay. You want to get some new Techno Magic gear? You better sell your kid. What the hell?
You got it. No, you must protect James Kid at all times. Nope, I'll fight you.
Ooh.
Wait, no, Jane, you better not sell your kid.
But yo, let me drop this once again. This is from the chat, guys.
My kid.
It's okay. It's been a good, fun week.
Oh my word.
Okay, we went there. My bad, guys. I'm going to hell straight away.
Old. What the fuck?
But guys, let me drop this once again from the chat. We're gonna see a 1 billion HP Sonya.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Oh no.
So wait, I can run it down with Bernheim and Sonya now? Let's go. And I got that 30, when I get down to 30 HP, let's go.
Sir,
Why
you are
did you
disgusting.
Get on topic with.
So technically, if you're gonna go for the Techno Magic gear, right? You have 3 stats. So the max stats that you can get is for HP. How much for 3 stats? What is the max stats that you get? Where is it?
24.
HP is 16.
16.
So times
Yep.
3. How much is that? 16
Oh.
times 4. Oh, times 3.
Just here, the thing that we have
48.
thinking about, yes,
Okay.
base stats are going to go up when it comes to warriors in tanks like this,
Mhm.
but also with Sonya style gear, suppression might still reign supreme with her.
Yeah,
Simply
true.
because of the fact that you can actually get both a HP and CC res.
Mhm.
The fact that
Yeah,
this gear
yeah.
only has 2 stats you can get on characters like Sonya,
Mhm.
So
this might actually not benefit her that much.
Could be.
yeah, true, because it's 3 lines versus 4 lines.
Technically even 2, because you only have 2 that you can readily change. The other one's RNG, and they're completely different, so it's not like you're getting CC res from it.
Mhm.
Unless the what you call this, the orb and the accessories are or can be equipped with runes. Of course not.
I already checked, you cannot equip rooms to the orbs and accessories.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
You can see that straight up on the portraits.
So another question that I have, guys, like, okay, runes can still be done on the first and the secondary gear piece, right?
Yep. Primary and
But
secondary.
enhancements,
You can-
I heard somebody say
see
that
both.
cannot be done anymore.
Sorry.
What?
Like, somebody said to me, like, enhancements cannot be done on these items anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think enchants are on this anymore.
Ooh,
Most of Jin's
so,
things, I think Jin in general isn't going to be relevant for this gear.
ooh.
True.
Like, I don't think
yeah.
Jin's going to be who we're going with this anymore. Just
Hey, to me, I'm happy
No more
about that
scrolls.
because I don't want to see Jin as a character. I want to see Valence. That's my baby right there. Look at her
no, it's-
stockings,
That's what we're
man.
going to.
Everybody will hate Valence, I guess.
Ooh.
Only for reforging.
Wait. Are you gonna hate Valence or are you gonna hate Jin?
I'm gonna hate
both.
Jin.
Jin. Jin.
No,
Jin.
the reason our luck is
Okay,
bad in the first
okay.
place.
Here we go. So we have another NPC that we're gonna hate. We're gonna
But it's-
sacrifice to grave.
Yo.
Oh, shit.
So
Sorry,
about
Valence.
the whole extra skill thingies, let's just elaborate on that a little bit. So which do you guys think is the
extras.
most broken one?
Okay, I want this to talk about extra skill. There's so many.
Oh man, I just got this list open and I'm like, okay, I forgot where the ones I want to talk about actually are.
Well, for one thing I can say is I already can almost guarantee that there isn't going to be stacking on this strictly because of things like cooldown of S1 10% every 10 seconds. That's reducing it by 40% if it can stack.
Mhm.
There is a reduce damage take. P damage taken is reduced by 20%. Effect increases up to 30% over 10 seconds.
Mhm.
Do you want 120% reduced P damage or M damage on a character? Just what I want to put out there.
Yeah, but is it not
That's why I say this can't stack.
like I'm not quite sure how to read this though, because at the end of the day, what it says is this, right? It is a skill on a character, which means that it will amplify that one up to a character. So I believe this is more like if you would put that on a tank, the tank will then get the reduced damage. It will not then be a debuff on the enemy, right?
I mean, it looks like it's focusing on one character, but do you really want to like think of PvP implications if that's the case? Put it on a Sonya, she gets all of her HP in the first place, and then she can't get touched. Philip doesn't need the CC res either, so it might even work better on him.
Mm-hmm.
120 reduced 60% reduced P damage, 60% reduced M damage. He would be almost unkillable at that point.
Yep.
True.
Yeah.
That's why I say that.
Wait, I just read an ability that Floods can abuse. Increase dodge chance by 200. Upon dodging an enemy attack, recovers HP equal to 30% at max HP. This effect activates only once every 3 seconds. And in PvP, my matches last 10 to 12 seconds. So, I need to... Man, that's actually nutty.
Yep.
Immediately reduce cooldown of all allies by 2%.
He already dodges. He already has built-in dodge. Even if you accidentally don't even build in dodge, you already have to build. Oh my god.
Oh, there's an interesting here for Eclipse again that I've seen. Upon killing an enemy, increase attack by 2%.
Yep.
This can be tapped up to 25 times.
50% attack buff.
I just read that
Okay.
too. Ooh.
And then this is the good part. That is like 50%, right? And
Yep.
Damage battle.
No,
attack by 5%
this-
stacks 15 times. Combine those two in Eclipse, and you already have 125% attack buff.
Yeah, and then next
I
one.
don't think that the max stacks was. I think you know how Heart of Abyss stacks, right? If I have 2 Heart of Abyss in my team, then I don't get the double attack I would get from everyone. I just get 2 stacks at the beginning, and if I get on a new stage, I get 4 stacks, right? So if you kill an enemy and have this 4 times, and if it's going to stack, then you just get already 4 stacks, and not 1 on every unique.
True, but at the end of the day, you can combine these things, right? So you can put that at the beginning of each battle, bloody, bloody, blah, 15 stacks. Great. Now, what if you go all the way up to the top and then you say, like, okay, when there's one enemy attack is boosted by 35%, you put that one on there, we got more attack, right? Totally different skills, but you can still, like, stack them up. Then we got 2 lines left, so can we pick another broken one?
When there's one enemy attack is boosted by 35%.
Yeah. So,
Or just
like,
straight up the attack by 25%. Soul increase by 1. Crit chance by 250.
Pretty dumb one.
HP by 25%. Crit
Yep.
damage by 50%.
and then you have this one. Increases damage dealt to enemies by 3% every 15 seconds. Stacks up to 12 times.
This effect can be stacked up to a maximum 20 times and activates once every 2 seconds.
All defenses reduced by 25% and attack increased by 50%.
Yep.
Fuck man.
Bruh.
Yo. Yeah.
Beginning at the increased damage dealt to enemies 15% for 10 seconds per minute at 100%.
Yeah.
Effect activates once every 15 seconds. It's pretty
Okay,
solid.
come. We go to reduce cooldown of skill 1 to 3 by 10% every 10 seconds. So if this is going to stack, right? No. Look at Ray Hard now. Wait. Look at Ray Hard now.
So I gotta build Miriam, got you. Now I gotta be more cancer.
I am telling you guys, if this stacks, Vespa has broken their game straight up.
No.
Play
It's
Baldwin,
not gonna
okay?
be
When there's one enemy attack is boosted by 30%, and add attack to 140%.
You want to play me?
good. Oh, you can spam referees S2. Yeah, it's not a meeting.
Man, like, isn't there a piece of text that will allow us to say, like, yo, no, these things stack, or no, they do not stack, because this stuff seems broken, guys. Like,
How do you
like,
know if the stacks not now? Well, you
I
never
am
know.
telling you straight up that it is not. I am going to stick with this
Let's
statement.
see.
I'm going to
Let's
keep
see.
saying this statement.
Like, it doesn't say necessarily stacking, but you can pick the first 3 lines and put it on somebody.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play Miriam to get through my games. Miriam Celine, easy. I can do all my
Somebody takes Bowdy and has a second shield like after 20 or 10 seconds.
And that's because of this gear, Bauer's not a meme. You can actually be an actual priest. He can actually do what he wants to do, not just be useful in one area.
Yeah, there's another one here too. That fixes
Okay.
attack speed to 1k and increases attack speed by increases attack by 40%. That's on the bottom. Yeah.
Yep.
Which I actually want to get onto a different topic real quick,
Okay.
and that's the skill level of skills.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
Skill level of skill
Yup.
1 by
That
7
part.
increases skill level of all skills by 5. What do you guys think about that? Because I've seen multiple things that people are thinking, like the old how the skills level up based on the level they are. However, they had removed that, or at least removed all signs of it, like months ago. Now there's this. So does that mean we're getting more skill books that you can add on to characters?
No, it's not. It's skill level. So I'm not sure if you can look at my my stream right now, but I got myself Priscilla up right now. Coordination is currently on level 90, which means that if you can get one of these skill books that enhance it by 7 levels, it would then mean it is 79 or 97. I mean, and that is gonna be like, it could be a huge difference. Like, on most S4s, it will not really help all that much, because what it basically says is increases like base stats by X, which is not a lot, and most of them go by a little bit of defense or some crit chance or whatever, and some of these are even just stable things. But if you look at, for instance, Bernheim's, which says increasing own attack by 2.7k-ish, right? The moment you would level that one up, I assume that this one will become bigger, so the base stat itself will become like ways and ways higher. Ed is actually saying exactly the same thing. So for several skills, it might actually be interesting. Like the remove limit from chase and deals self or like some damage to itself and everything seems interesting, but not that much. But then you put down like Cecilia's S3, for instance, right? One of her main damaging skills. If you can get that several levels up, then the damage will probably increase significantly as well. And if you have characters like, let's say, Celine, which gets her most damage off of S2, that might increase like a lot of damage on her as well.
Well,
and
here's what I'm just going to say on that topic. Basically, what we can do is, if we want to be risky, we can put ourselves at a point where a single skill is leveled up 12 times. So it's like if the character was level 112.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what would those numbers be, since it's probably exponential growth and how high it goes anyway?
Yeah.
True.
So
A very
it's
gradual exponential growth, but still like 1.1 even is still large.
Yep.
1 point
Especially when you're going up 100 times.
So imagine then if you have a one shot like Ophelia S3, and then additionally add 7 more points to that shit. Or how about Pansy S3? Add 7
We don't talk
more.
about Pansy.
We're not talking about Pansy. They need to remove her completely.
On another day.
But hey, what about this one? Like, I find this one intriguing. Increase the soul weapon used by 1. Is there any character that could benefit from this?
Yes.
Theo will benefit from that.
I can play May on auto. Yes.
Oh, that is definitely true. Yep.
Theo in World Boss 1, for example, actually runs out of his soul weapon about 12 in, if you just, like, not 12, 2 minutes in, if you just want to continuously start inflicting damage. So that will itself make it so he can do more damage than things like World Boss 1.
True.
Yeah, Mediana has only 4 uses.
On top of the fact that Theo's getting buffed, that could be a very good thing for him.
Somebody says this one.
Esker?
Esker for more soul weapon stacks. Is that true? Is there like...
Yeah.
There is no limit on it, dude?
Add 1 more
You
for
want
Esker.
Trillions? Just build an Esker.
Yo, then Esker might be really, really broken.
Go Esker.
Like, you wouldn't be wrong. I wouldn't blame you. He does put a lot of damage with Cleo, or somebody they can burst with him. So
that's a kind
Might
of
be
balance
like
thing.
2.5 days till this happens as well.
Yeah. So
Oh, Chen actually says this. There's a limit on Esker, which is
like
7.
You can use it earlier. So you sometimes you have to wait, like on Valkyrie. You have to wait some minutes, but then you can just spam the soul weapon.
True.
you
I wish they can add in like a skill effect that reduces or silences an enemy's soul weapon activation.
what? Bye.
Yeah. Makes enemies not use soul weapon for the next 10 seconds. I'm just kidding.
Next.
Yeah. So yeah, that's an awesome topic there for the skill. But there's so many stats that is put together into gears that.
Yo, like let me pop this one for a hot second. All of these cooldown reduction stuffs, right? Great. But what if we put that one on PvP on Lowman?
Ooh.
Because he has
Reduced
probably
damage is
one
gonna
of
be really
the.
interesting on PvP tanks since it's doing something similar to what Helmet does right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you would just put that on him, right? He gets more dispels. He gets his soul weapon up. He gets his unique weapon proc more often, which probably is one of the most broken unique weapons when it comes to tanks. I can see that happen. That stuff is nasty.
Yeah. I wish I could wheel.
Wait.
Visa class.
Well, yeah.
Everyone remember to donate to Twist. We need to do some Visa questing.
Ew. Ew.
So there's so many things that we can talk about here. Like, even though like it's random, right? You acquire it random, the stats that you get. So
But here's another thing. Like, I want to just quick talk about this one. The fact that you cannot, like, option enhance your gear anymore. So cocaines will not be relevant anymore in the next patch. But instead, we're going to get reforged tickets. What do you guys' thought about that one?
Wait, oh.
Enhancement or was it enchantment?
It's option enchantments or enhancements.
Yeah, but you can also not enchant the options.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Mind that.
All
got
the
it.
things with Jin, just throw those out the window. Those are only
Yep.
prevalent.
Jin is going to be useless.
It's non-existent. It's
Like, I'm
okay.
curious how often we're going to be visiting Jin now as compared to Valiance.
They're releasing
Right.
Jin as a character. Who is that guy?
Yo! Hold up. Hold up.
We're gonna
Here, Burger on this one. You know who else benefits from it? Zera and LOH Proxys 3 invincibility frame.
Yay!
Yo, that is
Great.
sick.
I love it. When I didn't build Hilda, I
So
don't
this is
regret
the
building
light
Hilda.
of Sarah. The hell?
That is disgusting.
Now I can shoot my balls in y'all's face harder. Let's go. Let's go. And there's 6 random ones too. It comes
Yep.
in all different sizes.
Yep.
Okay, so we're done with. Are we done with the stats? There's so many stats.
Yeah, man. Like, we could go over this all day, every day, but I think you need to go this. Like,
More
I.
additional.
The reduces the duration of CC inflicted upon self is going to be interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's
So
also
how would you
Alliance
use
effect
that,
will
actually?
mana
With who?
increase by 500 every 5 seconds. That's a free mana orb.
Like every 5 seconds, we're gonna have like 1 mana bar. Bro.
Oh wait,
I
guys,
just
I
want
see
to see
something that
somebody
scares me
break their
now.
phone. I just want to see somebody break
There's an
their
increase own shield one.
What?
Wait, what?
Increases own shield by 25%. That's in effect.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Here we go again with the shields.
I had
There goes
another one
Evan.
which has block chance increases and reduces cooldown by 1 second. I was like, wait, that is good for low.
Increases all block
Yeah.
chance. Increases all block by 150 at the beginning of each battle. Increases all block by 200 for 10 seconds.
Yep.
But do it.
Once you get skill level 3 of Baldwin's shield, oh my god. Like
I think
7.
running block lines on a lot of
What?
characters isn't even going to be worth anymore since you can just run for the additional skill instead.
Yep.
Like if you get like, if you want the increased skill by 7, so it's gonna be specific skill 1 to 4. But if you want to like get all the skill upgrade, get the last part, increase all skills by 5.
Ugh. Another one. Upon blocking an enemy attack, recover mana by 200. Only if 1 times per second, but that way you can make a more like even offensive type of like tank and still get your mana up without having MP per attack lines.
Yep.
Or even attack speed lines for that matter. Like I see so many things. At the end of the day, guys, I think we can run this over like 12,000 hours. I think we need to, in terms of the video, just quit it for now. We're gonna theory craft afterward either way.
This is just gonna be
But
something you're
because at the end of the
when
day,
I
I think we could
get
just
through.
like take every single hero and then go buy them like, oh, which one would be best with this one? And then make one big spreadsheet, and it will take us a week or so, but it would be massively broken once we do get that stuff popping off. So do you guys have anything that you really need that we haven't addressed yet?
We need to talk about
the additional
Colossus,
effects, the
transformation.
additional options, how they can go up an extra 25% with correct reforges. That's something we haven't spoken about period yet.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
Elaborate.
I just need to talk about Foster's transformation. It is not a fallen transformation. For anybody that's out there who's wondering if he's fallen, he's not fallen. If you watch correctly, he's
It's-
embracing the fact that now he has to take on a responsibility. He's taking more of a. If you watch Hilda's video, it's more of a transcendent state. So I'm assuming it's gonna be like a transcendent state where he's now ascended beyond what he's normally capable of. Because as you see, he doesn't have a shield no more. So I guess he's taking more of like the warrior tank role.
Honestly,
Yeah.
one thing, like, I'm gonna elaborate on that for a little bit. So if you guys watch my stream right now, I got this boot right here, the Techno Magic Shoes of Amplification. This kind of looks like the boot that Claus is wearing. So what I'm assuming is that the sword, somebody dropped this actually, that the sword is Siegfried's, and he is popping that, and he just enhances himself to Kingdom Fuck. Right? So
No,
But what is Crow doing?
Magic Cross.
Crow just downloaded his
Actually, why
a
don't we just go
keystra
ahead and
onto
play the
something.
video on stream so we can start
Crow's,
dissecting that.
Crow's just taking off the whole shit.
Okay.
Or what?
yeah, because his gun connects to that big old gun. It's like it seems like Transformers. Like
You can actually get a reference to that if you go back to the Crow sub-story. Something similar was supposed to happen in there.
Should I just drop the video and let's talk about that for a little second?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let me get that one part.
I have so many questions for that video.
Okay, I got it up on the stream, guys. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, let's just get it popping. Sounds a little bit low, but here we go. We got at the start, and there's a like
Yeah, I need the link.
guys. Let me just drop this straight away. What is with all of this blood nowadays? We got first the teasers, or at least today's event, or this week's event coming with Hilda, where Siegfried absolutely got murdered.
Yes.
Lots of blood and everything. We haven't seen that yet. What's with the sudden change?
Yeah, he
I
got
mean, can we at
eaten
least
up.
make one addressment? How they actually made a ridiculously good animation for this, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
Like,
All of
good
our money
animation.
is shown in this video, people.
that stuff
This is
was.
where all of our whale money went. And this is why
Oh.
exists.
So thank you, Wales. So thank you, Wales.
Right, I think.
All right, let's just pop the video, damn it.
Oh, Maura dropped her shield? Okay.
Okay, we are video deconstruction here. Video for deconstruction.
So I'm not sure what Hilda's popping right here.
His
She's
chases activates like that too when he's fighting.
yo. What is that thing in his mouth though? Is
Look
that
at
something
tentacle.
we know?
Ooh, an octopus looking tentacle.
Oh wait, who's that though? Is that an enemy?
Looks like
Yeah,
it, but
Philia's sister.
That's Assalon.
I took Philia's sister right there.
we're gonna call this monster Midnight Snack. Look at that. He's being
They're just
eaten.
normal enemies, I guess.
So there's
What's in her mouth to me looks like one of the demon monsters that we're going to be
No.
fighting in Assalon's battle.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I like Panzeron's attacks animations in this film too.
If you
Yep.
go back to the blood scene, you saw some enemies on the ground. I think it was the same like he has in the mouth.
Yep. Lots of enemies here and there.
Oh, my boy Canberra for the win. Look at him. So, man, that's gold right there.
Yo, you can actually see Valens as part of the whole story. Like it's subtle, but you can see her. Like I'm assuming she will be up there, like within now and 3 months. And yo, let's drop this for a second. So Isolde, we seen her first hand right now, having all those droids. Now, what do you guys think her theme is gonna be after seeing this?
I think it's actually going to be because she's a technomagic wizard.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
She was actually studying that, similar to how the other ones were, except she's focusing more on the magic side of technomagic.
in my opinion also, I think she is more related to like how obsessed Annette is with techno magic.
Yes.
So I think those two will be in. I think when they see each other, I think they're gonna be like sisters.
They also mentioned Kara in the Hilda sub-story,
Yep.
Yeah.
which
They're
means
both-
that there's a
they're
high
all
chance that Annette and Isolde might have either a like fighting style story or a like bonding style story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe a storyline. Sure.
Like no matter what, I have a feeling that when her little extra story comes out, because when she drops, she will probably have a bonus story. I feel like it'll involve Annette and Kara as well.
Yo, I'm actually gonna drop this
Almost
slight
certainly.
thing, right? I'm gonna drop
I
this.
wonder how
We have
Clark
so
would
many
kill them,
small
'cause they both made by the
enemies.
same creator.
Like, we're gonna have so many small enemies coming with this. What if Isolde is gonna be the first summoner of the game?
Ooh.
Yeah, Summoner would be interesting. However, the counter argument I do have to that is if she was going to be a Summoner, would it make more sense that we would have seen some sort of like Summoner style particles around these guys in this cutscene?
Yeah, but she's having. Let's not call a summoner, but at least something that has. Let's say.
But her stuff is kind of like techno magic, though. If you see the details on the stuff.
I just want to see my boy Chase whoop the shit out of Hilda and be like, "What
Ew!
symbol from?"
Suck it!
Where you get
If
this
you want to talk
from?
about that, if you want to talk about that, 2 minutes 57 seconds, mate. 2 minutes 57
Like,
seconds.
no, that's Theo and Jane. But what I'm saying is, I just want to see the interaction. I'm not a Chase fan, but thanks for me watching Tway for like a couple of months now that I've been watching them. I'm interested in Chase because it's like, you know, the anime that you're trying to find that lost art. So I want to see how is Chase and Hilda gonna react and how is Scarlet gonna take it, because I feel like Scarlet's gonna work because she knows, but she doesn't know exactly what's going through Chase's head.
Chase in the main
She knows
story
that
went.
Chase can break at any point.
Either way, let's keep it popping, because one thing that I hope for, at least that Isolde has, is I hope that she has a gimmick where she can pull in. And if I see all of these droids actually having chains where they're trying to pull in that Mitra, yo, if she can pull in people for my Chase,
No.
yeah, I'm busting that out straight away.
No.
Okay, there's a question.
Oh, here we got ordinary guy just blocking some BS.
So I'm gonna start banning Chase blindly now from now on.
Oh, here comes the boss part.
Yo, can we get some appreciation for Kickberry? It's just
Kick
Feel
Barry.
bad for the guy.
Kickberry, but yo, the whole crow thing with his Akistra, it was a god killer supposed to be. No, we can actually put his unique weapon and download something and just beep everything into Kingdom Fuck. It's just
I like that.
No,
And
I'm
how long
ignoring
till we
this
start
movie.
talking about it? 2 minutes 57 seconds.
Bye.
2 minutes 50. We'll get there. But yo, let me just just Crow's like closing his eyes, putting some soul into it. He doesn't even know what's gonna happen.
We got these with the big guns.
We got jet engine. This is the bug repellent. Look at that. Oh, bugs.
Yeah, that's the offspring.
Yeah.
Sacrifice
Yo,
the
look at
super
that.
gun.
The ordinary guy transformed.
I used to swear a lot. That gun's kind of thick. Not gonna lie.
Yo, and this is what I've been talking about, right? This is the Claws boots, and it definitely looks like the new Techno Magic gear.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Nice
It
detail.
does look similar.
Yep, it
Looks
very
a little
much looks
darker,
similar.
but, like the other boots had a little more blue on them, not black.
True, but that could be lighting as well.
Like there's a more blue gold than a black silver.
Yeah, but it could be still
That's
lighting
my
as
only
well.
counter argument.
So there's a chat here that says, Where did Kaisel and Fallen Free go? Well, I'll answer that later.
Yo,
Yeah.
2 minutes and what was
they're-
it?
I think those two are heading towards the second pillar.
I thank God that we're not focusing on them right now. I think it's good that they're focused on other characters.
Yes.
Other stuff.
I
Yup.
think they
Stop,
need to
stop
invest in more
pushing that down my
characters.
throat. God damn it. I'm trying to breathe. God damn it. I'm trying to maintain my composure. I respect her for being broken, but let me focus on other characters.
I just
Yep.
dropped the link to the video in chat if people want to watch it for themselves because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
really should. It's a very good animation.
We're watching the anime.
Yo, but I got something over here, man.
If you
You're 7 seconds away.
Mhm.
No. Like
so
even
if
in
you
2
notice
minutes
the
and
story-
50 seconds, right? There is some life here. That's a plan. This is Techno Magic Kingdom. What the hell is a plan doing over here? So maybe Siegfried is gonna become alive at
This is
some
the
point.
ruined Techno Magic Kingdom, so
Yeah.
this makes me think it's like little
Man, I'm
player. Also,
confused.
that's what I was referring to. 2 minutes.
Wait, that's
57.
not
I'm
Jane?
confused about Theo. Why
Yo,
does he
that
have
is
his
Jay, my
story
friend.
armor on? When we first met him in chapter,
That's Luisha. Is it?
Nah,
No,
man, that's Jane,
Chase
bro.
Lucia.
That is
That's Chase Lucia, I think.
No,
Oh,
that's
right, it's Lavicia. Because
Really?
on
Chase.
on
Okay.
the left one.
I've seen Chase the entire time when I see that.
Either way,
That's
left side
Theo.
is Theo on his fucking
Yeah.
lightning
Top
armor.
left, it looks like Theo more.
It looked like Theo. Yeah, the story Theo costume.
This is
Yeah.
Story Theo
Yeah,
costume.
that's
That
Story
also
Theo
means
costume.
that he's
That's
in the lightning dragon form, right?
because
That
Theo has a sub-story costume on. I'm wondering why does he have that? I don't know. My audio cut out, but
yo, like
I'm
I'm
just
assuming at this
why.
point, right? Like Theo is
Sub-story
supposed to
Theo
be.
costume on all through his sub-story.
Yep.
Oh
But-
wait! I'm a Jane main and I don't recognize her legs. That's
Nah.
Jane?
That is
You thought it
Lucia.
was
Just-
Supposedly
do we need to
Lucia,
grab
right?
A back picture
You're-
of Lucia real quick.
Wait, yeah.
you thought it was
That is
Lucia.
Luisha. I'm
If
correct
you
for
guys
the
need
first.
any more proof that's probably Lucia, look at the sub-story of
Bro.
Theo. He literally goes through the Chapter 7 area, so it makes
Mm.
perfect sense that they would meet.
Fair, fair.
I know it's her because look at them legs, like twigs. Jane's kind of lolly thick
You
down
can
there.
tell
It's
by
just
the
awesome
stripes,
with her.
actually. That's the biggest sign, plus the hair.
Fair.
Yeah.
If you look up
Lucia.
towards the
But
middle of
yo-
the hair, there's a little shape that actually signifies that it's Lucia even more.
But let's once again just stop at the Theo armor, man. Like there's something very big to be
I'm
happening.
going
Because hear me out on
No,
this
no, no,
one.
that-
Hear me out on this
That
one.
is Jane.
This is Jane.
It
She
doesn't.
also
Yeah,
has something with
That's
this one.
Lucia.
I don't give a fuck who it is. Like,
This is Jane.
Yeah.
Look at the
Can
legs.
you guys read? That is not Jane.
Let's look at the legs. Look at the legs here.
So I
I
can make a poll.
Jane's
Jane
hair
or
goes up to
Lucia?
her
Let's see what
shoulders.
people think.
Lucia's hair
Okay.
goes down to her behind.
Okay, look at the neck part and the legs. Look at the leg part and the
You
leg.
would want me to look at that, wouldn't you, Jane? You
Right.
would like what you said.
No, I promise you, that's Jane.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'm looking at
14
it right
years
now, I
old
see
right
this.
there, man. Times 100.
That's my
That's a
baby
14 year
Jane.
old. I'm calling the FBI.
Oh no,
Surprise, motherfucker.
that is Jane. Look at that. That's Jane in the neck part, and that's the leg part with the thingy.
But her hair's not straight. Her hair is wild like that in that picture. In that video is long, like straight down, like Luisia's. For some reason, Luisia always has her hair straight down her back.
I like how we're debating about this more than we were about the Techno Magic gear.
Man, fuck the gear. I'm talking about the waifus now. Fuck all that. This is where real content is.
Oh my god. Oh
Come
yeah.
on.
all that is happening currently, right? People see legs and they get distracted.
I do. If
I'm just
Jane
saying.
had OnlyFans, if Vespa had an OnlyFans where they showed me all the feet in Kingsway, oh my god, I'd be broke. I'd be living in a cardboard box. Oh my goodness.
I'm just comparing the facts with the evidence with my eyes.
What evidence? Now show me the Lucia pics. That is not Jane.
It is
She
Jane.
looks like
It's
Jane.
Jane.
It's
Jane.
You
Jane.
never noticed the stripes on
So-
her legs.
so-
It's Jane.
So when it comes out as Luisa, I don't want to hear nothing.
Okay.
I want to be
I'm
known.
playing. I'm a Jane main. Yes. Jane main here. What's
You
up?
guys are
But your
mad.
favorite's Cleo. I'm exposing you. I'm exposing you now.
I like how the guy who's an assassin main is debating about Jane with the Jane main.
He said, I don't know now.
All he wants is speed at this
No,
point.
let's not scuff the 17-year-old's head. No, it's Jane.
Okay, never mind. Let's continue with the video.
Right.
Yo, no, let me drop this for a second, guys, because I'm not sure if you guys have read all the sub story of Hilda, but Theo's supposed to be the lightning transcendence, right?
Yes.
And now he has the sub story armor, so
No.
I think it's
I
some.
actually don't think so.
No. Theo's on his own story. No. Theo's supposed to guard Jane.
You know,
who
wait,
has
I think it's actually split in half between Theo and Sonia. I think that's what the story is.
Yeah,
The
something like
powers are divided.
Okay, fair enough. But let's just say, because this is the first part that we're getting from chapter 10. This is not all. Like, I think at some point they said, like, oh, we're actually gonna be making something more interesting, more competitive, this, that, and the third. And they also said that this is part of chapter 10. This is not all.
The Theo story is coming later next month.
Yep.
After the coming patch, which is the 8th, I
Mhm.
believe. We're getting another one, I think, sometime in the 20s, like 22nd or something. That's the Theo Chapter 10 story.
Yep.
Yeah.
So all I'm hoping for, right, is that this video gets a continuation. I just hope
I
so.
think it will for you.
Well, of course.
Hopefully.
I hope so because I want to see some Theo action. Not gonna lie, I want to see this dude
Please.
full action on this type of crisp animation. I'm
Please.
biased.
Theo, Chase, Hilda, Bernheim, just jumping in on the. Oh my! I would lose my shit. Oh my!
Please.
fuck
Wait, what?
God. Yo,
It's like Avengers
Bernheim
Endgame.
and Artemia is falling right behind them because they met up with
Please.
Scarlet. Yo,
I'm
if it was
pressing a sound
Bernheim,
more,
Hilda,
please.
Theo, all the all-in characters, bro, I would lose my crap. Whoa, I would lose my shit. I was.
I do think they should invest in Bernie's story more. Like, they made something interesting off several of the little event stories and whatnot with Bernie.
True.
I do think they should invest in Bernie's story.
True.
Well,
They should,
I'm
they
a
should.
Bernie fanboy, so I would hope they would. I like our story with Artemia and Bernheim.
Everyone in
Like
chat
the
say
fact
I
she's
if they
still
should
cool.
invest in Bernie's story.
Okay, be right back.
Oh my god, of course.
Right.
Oh yeah. Baby Goku, no.
Okay, let me see if there's any more footage from the video that we need to go over.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna eat some cereal real quick.
And Hilda's just sleeping on the job. What the hell?
I didn't notice. Look at
Wait, is
Siegfried's
that
model a little
Snoopy
closer.
making noise?
Go back and look at Siegfried's
Nani?
model a little closer. You actually can see that his hair's white there already, as
Mm,
compared to like the golden it is when he was alive.
mm.
Now he's dead. But why do we have to fight him? That's a better question.
Yeah, but we're about to find that one out. So,
we'll
is there
revive him, I
anything
think.
else, guys, that we really need to discuss that we haven't already?
I think the last thing that we still should probably touch on is the little tokens that we're getting. Because you
Mhm.
need those in order to do stuff with the gear in the first place, as you
Mhm.
can see through like the screenshot you're hovering over right now.
Yep, with the 4,000, right?
I actually saw a little more about that. You get 100 of them raw from grinding a basic piece of gear, and also one of those orbs, those little box upgrade orbs you need in order to star up your gear.
Mm.
If you go to the top of, I believe, the raid one, the raid post, which one is that? You can actually see the actual drops for one of them. Where is it? I think it's on Siegfried's.
This one, I believe.
Yeah, here it is. If you look at the Technomagic Gear Setup tab in the Technomagic Gear Guide, which is the third one,
Mm-hmm.
you can notice actually that you can get 18 of these fragments with the arrow up.
Mm-hmm.
What this shows us straight up is that there will be an event for increased drop rates of these,
Just like
which
dragons.
is what we see here at 18.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing that means the base rate is either 12 or 9.
Mm. Fair.
Like, that's the biggest thing I want to point out right now.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Alright.
But I think we touched up on most of the things right now. I think we
Oh,
have to see
I actually
how.
just noticed the earrings base damage. The maxed out earrings are probably going to be like 50k attack.
That is so sick.
Actually, I can see it getting up to 60k.
Yeah.
They're going from 0 to 5 then 25%.
If anything, that actually is pretty good, since that means that soul weapons actually will be slightly mellowed out in how much their attack is affecting them, since
Okay, I'm
now
back.
there's so much more base stats with
True. True. That is a very good thing to touch upon.
Like, soul weapons reign supreme for so long, but now we're starting to get to the point where soul weapons have to have counterparts in order to be optimized.
Yep. Oh, and here's just Tasted with the question. Can we touch upon Manticore? Now, if I look at this gear and its base stats, fuck Manticore. I'm gonna drop it straight away. Fuck it.
I think Manti's not going to be completely outweighed at the
Nani?
current stage it is, mostly because of the fact that warriors might still get a bit of use out of it if you're doing more boss.
Could be, but
Or
nah.
like maybe a burst boss, since a lot of the gear for most of these characters require you to do longer fights. So if you're trying to like do something really quick and burst, I do think Manti might still be optimal.
Could be.
Manti
Sure.
will always be a thing, no matter what you do, unless you somehow just say no
If
more
you're
Manti.
playing like
never
Zerat,
again.
Manti has no use anymore because of the fact that you're going pretty slow and
Obviously,
probably.
being a
But if you're
Zerat
playing
man,
someone
yeah.
like Theo, like me, you might actually still be able to get some use out of Manti in things like TOC 80 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah.
I just noticed someone in chat say Techno
Or-
Magic work here. I'm scared.
Or do you think we get T9 magic core?
I do not.
It'd be nice.
TM, I think, is the replacement for T9. I don't think
Alright.
they want to go to T9.
Yeah.
Yeah, not yet. Not
When
yet.
they did T7, T8, that was a kind of controversial choice since everyone had already had T7 farmed. Now people have even more of T8 farmed. Some people have like 200 pieces of it scattered around them. Would
Alright.
you really want to put an update where, alright, now you have these 200 pieces which you need to use fragments you may or may not have even thought to farm to get all of them up to a new stage, not to mention you would have to farm a completely new level of stage just to restar them up again?
So, what about guild rate?
Trash.
What about guilds with this new gear? Why do they matter if we're gonna have this stuff that's already gonna enhance us? Like, if you're gonna replace
Honest's and Guild War would still be perfectly relevant
for what? Oh,
because
so
of the
you
fact
get
that not only do
fragments,
you can get the Honest
you
unique weapons, but you can also just get unique weapons and unique weapon tickets and all that from there.
Sure.
And as Burger just said, you can still use it to buy stamina.
But like people tell me, you know why they join guilds? Because they want the Manicore gear sets. Because they want to,
Manti is a
especially
big
people
reason
are
people have been
hardcore.
doing it, and as I said, Manti's not going to be completely outweighed because of like speed clearing stuff. But
I mean, you will need Manticore to get Techno Magic, I believe. So,
Yeah.
I think it will
Need
help if you
Manticore.
do that.
Probably.
And
Again, at the same time, I think Manti still will be really useful in things like speed clears and challenge raid and whatnot.
Probably more so
Now,
in
do I
trials.
think That
Because most
gear
of
beats
this
Dark
stuff is
Legion
very
gear? Yeah, there's no point using
overtime.
Dark Legion anymore when you got the magic gear. So I'm just putting it out there. They make this new gear makes Dark Legion gear look silly.
Something like
I'm
that.
fine with Dark Legion getting shot out of the dark. I've never wanted to farm Dark Legion in the first place. That's just
Me
how I was.
neither.
Never found the raid that fun.
I didn't do that too because I'm still scuffed. So don't remind me.
I mean, I've been able to farm it for a while. I just still was too stubborn to do it. Maybe that's my own fault.
it's your fault.
I think Lava Gear was.
I also
better.
just saw someone in chat ask if there was any news about soul weapons getting easier. There is a new level of trials confirmed.
Yep.
A lot of us
So-
think there's going to be 2, 8, like 9 and 10, not just 9.
hmm
But it is confirmed that there will be more stages for trials, probably with this coming update as well.
So if they would add 10, how much do you guys think they should add in terms of rewards?
To soul weapon,
Yeah, to the soul weapon. So
Yeah.
let's say you can do Trial of Earth 10. Like how many soul weapon
125,
frags you should get?
150. If they go above 150, they're just making it too easy for the people who play too much. But if they do lower than that, then they're just making it still too much of a grind.
But we're coming up with A3 probably at the end of this year.
I don't think A3 is coming at the end of the year.
No. Please don't release A3.
A3 probably isn't coming at least until summer 2021.
I don't know,
something
man.
like that.
Just
We
don't
need-
release
Damn, I can't
Halloween.
make my A3 attack bait Demia. Fuck my life.
I
Wow.
don't think they can do A3s until soul weapons. You can get like an A2 in 2 to 3 months, the same rate as a unique weapon is right now.
Yeah, but that's what the 150 is for on 10, man.
It's gonna break the game.
I hope for 150 at least. Then you could get like a soul weapon every like 2.5 weeks. That's great.
Left.
But yeah, here we
I'm
can
already
see a lot
slightly
of
prepared
people.
For A3, the game decided to throw me 2 extra Theo soul weapons right after I got A2, so
Ew, yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I did just get 3 Demia Soul Stones, so you know, A3 Demia attack bait sounds pretty good right now, people. Just saying. Trying to go. Let me test this on you real quick. I'm just gonna put my A3 attack bait Demia.
Either way, guys, I'll have to eat in a little bit. I'll do League of Honor after. But do we have something that really needs to be said? Now, let's just cut it out because we can go over this every single time. So, let's go over the people real quick. So, Jane, are you still hype about Chapter 10?
Yeah, I'm hyped for chapter 10. 10.
So, Karu, are you still up on board on Chapter 10?
Oh, I'm absolutely hyped for Chapter 10.
Nice.
The raids especially are going to be ridiculously fun, whether you realize it or not. It may be hard, but as soon as you understand the raid and how to do it, I don't even think it's going to be that sophisticated in how to farm for it either in terms of gear. Like, you could probably just run rings rather than having to specialize in the individuals. That's my theory, at least.
That would be very interesting. We'll have to see how that plays out. So, Linkus, what is your thoughts, final thoughts on this?
I'm actually hyped because I'm actually bored.
Same.
But current state is so boring, right? So I'm really hyped there and some more challenges.
Yup. So, Zaya, what's your thoughts, man?
I think everybody should be happy, but at the same time, we should just support Vespa as we can by trying to give it a chance. I know a lot of people want to be like, well, this ain't good, this ain't. I understand that. As me being a critic, you know, if I don't like a game, I'm not gonna critique. If I don't like a game, I'm not gonna critique it. But as we all can see in here, we all love the game enough to where we can critique it. I hope and pray that this system will be better for the future and it won't be as cluttered. Now that we're kind of trying to build a community and kind of trying to, you got people out here now trying to show notes, which is great. But I just want people to not come in there and have a bad judgment on it already. Just come in there with an open mind. That's all I ask. I just hope that people come with it with the best intentions.
Yep, definitely. Same for me. So my final thoughts on this is very simple. I wanted to have more game modes. Like, as of late, I've done 1.5 hours of playing some League of Honor, and then after that I had nothing to do. I got like 660k stamina just lying around to farm things that I don't even want to do. And with the newer content, that will be very interesting. So that will be fun. So I'm very curious how it will play out and the massive combinations that people will actually pull to make this game even more interesting. So I don't think it will be as linear as it is currently. So that on itself is very interesting to me. So with that being said, guys, let me close off the video. I will not close off the stream just yet. We will just continue. So these bunch of goons can keep theory crafting all they want. But I gotta eat in a little bit, man. So either way, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys like the video, like, sub, whatever. But I'm out for now, and make sure to check out the stream later.